Hi, I'm Matt.
And I'm Alan, and this is Zed Patient Zero. This week, we got another surprise for you. We got another guest.
John.
John here is our, well, I guess you were an ex-cop, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, military brat, Boy Scout, the works. We're going to go off on a little bit of a tangent today. I think we're going to talk about improvised weaponry. As we've established, I don't have a gun. I don't. A lot of people don't have guns. I might have a baseball bat or a machete or a pair of freaking loppers laying around the house somewhere. But what if I can't get to them?
Well, anything that you can get your hands on to swing with enough force to damage
a brain.
The brain, yeah. Or really any part of the body, depending on what you're going against. Raiders, whatever.
2x4 or a frying pan.
Exactly.
Something
can be
heavy.
Used as an effective weapon, and it doesn't necessarily have to be heavy. One of my favorites, aluminum baseball bat.
Right.
It's light, but you can swing it with enough force.
Well, yeah, but that's the tangent of the length versus the fulcrum and all that stuff.
Exactly. But that also gives you the distance from your target.
Right. Which you want when it's a zombie situation. You know?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, you want to stay away from things that, I don't know, if you're going to have to make something, you don't want to damage the structural integrity of the weapon.
Okay. And I guess also you wouldn't want anything with multiple bladed edges. I mean, what if you did yourself?
You end up cutting yourself. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's just...
Unless you're a kung fu master like Jackie Chan.
Really? Anyway. What about ballistics? Now, I am a long-time advocate and expert builder of potato guns. I know what I'm doing. I know ballistics. I know explosives. But is there anything that could be cobbled together quickly and easily and would basically load faster than a, turn-of-the-century musket that, you know what I'm saying? Bow and arrow, is it possible to just construct one out of found materials that would be reliable and useful?
Well, it's real possible to construct a bow and arrow.
What you got?
Are you giving what's the time span? Did I wake up this morning, I just went to the bathroom, I took a crap, I get up, I'm stretching, and I look out the window, there's 300 zombies coming through my door, and I'm in my kitchen? Or am I in survival mode? I don't have no weapons. I'm out in the woods by myself, and I've got a couple of weeks.
Well, let's call it number 2. You've got all the time in the world. You've got something that you can bash with, but you want something that you could defend yourself with should you encounter a larger group.
Oh, definite spears.
Oh, yeah.
Definite wooden spears,
Absolutely.
man.
And I can't remember exactly what the weapon's called, but it's basically a thrown spear. It's about this long. You probably know what I'm talking about. It's got a little stick you hold with a notch in it. Takes a little bit of practice.
It's called an atlatl.
There you go.
And the
really
Neanderthals invented them. Well, I think it was the Australopithecines that invented it, but it basically increases the length of your arm. Again, the cosine tangent of how the angle of your arm and the distance will allow you to get up to 50 times the force on a thrown spear. But I guess a pilum would be more useful, which was what the Romans used. It was a long metal shaft on a shorter wooden shaft, and you didn't necessarily throw it, but if you ever had to, it would always hit because all the weight was on the front. But it was made for thrusting and holding and fighting with rather than just throwing. Neat. I guess anything like a broom handle or...
Yeah, you could use a broom handle. Granted, the smaller around the broom handle is, like a shovel handle would be better than a broom handle.
Sure, yeah.
After so many hits with the broom handle,
well, I don't know about you, but we've got a dollar store broom. It's thin aluminum. I mean, you hit somebody with that, it's just going to fold around them.
Exactly.
Over their head.
Matter of fact, I think I had my sister break one on me once.
So you want to stay away from things like that.
Okay.
That's a given.
What about, like, slings and things? Would that be effective against a zombie? I've seen small animals killed with a...
It would be very effective.
Sling.
But at the same time, you need some proficiency with it.
Understandable.
I would think the amount of skilled people with a sling like that, don't even hit the target nearly every time.
Okay.
So I've never used a slinging sling. I've used a slingshot, but I've never used a sling in my life. No, I wouldn't even try it. If you were like, oh, zombies, and we're out in the woods.
Improvised one, but I hit myself as much as I hit.
Exactly. I mean, I think it would be that again, shovel handle.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, for that matter, a shovel
That's
could be
a dangerous choice. For me.
Yeah.
The David versus Goliath sling is a dangerous choice for me.
Okay. Well,
I knock myself out with a rock in it.
Yeah.
See, I do the same thing.
Be laying on the ground like, no, get off my foot.
Here's a good question for you. What about clothing? What do you want to be wearing should it happen?
All right. Personally, I want to wear something that's not real loose fitting. The closer it is to the skin, the less likely you've got a handhold. All right. But you don't want something that's real constrictive either. You don't want it too tight.
Yeah.
I kind of like my BDU pants. They've got the cargo pockets. I can throw stuff in there if need be and keep on going. Depending on the season, summertime, you're going to want a cotton shirt. Something that breathes.
Oh, guess what? Okay. My ideal piece of clothing is a non-insulated, full-body coveralls. Dickies makes an all-cotton, real lightweight one that's abrasion-resistant. Okay, it does not cut easily. It's fire-retardant because it's cotton, and it comes in a variety of colors. I personally like the asphalt gray. But that, and then like a tactical vest that with breakaway snaps, so it's not a handhold.
Absolutely.
Long sleeves. Again, you can just wear whatever underneath, shorts and a t-shirt for all or nothing if you're so inclined. But the local Ace Hardware here is a dealer. I just found this out yesterday. They have my size. I'm a big guy. I wear like a 4X in a coveralls. They got them. They got them. So that's what I'm going to be wearing should it fall tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Does
that sound like a good choice?
Yes, it does. Because in the beginning, I had thought of the cargo khaki, BDU type black.
And I love that idea.
And I think, milling around the camp, whatever, that's good. But, Walmart run, going to hunt down somebody who's missing, definitely I want some cover.
At that point, it becomes more like a uniform, right? I mean,
it's something that I can recognize you by. First of all,
yeah,
and second of all, just the fact that it covers your entire body in an abrasion-proof, fire-resistant material.
Exactly,
is definitely a plus. And weather's definitely, they got the insulated ones.
And one of those fold-up tight little ponchos in case you're out and just have it in your pocket, right?
Oh yeah.
Starts pouring down rain, you whip it out, you got a poncho. I mean, you don't have to seek shelter at that point. You can keep moving.
What? Shoes. Shooting equipment.
Shooting equipment,
really?
I'm going to shoes you.
In a survival situation, I don't want my tennis shoes. These, I will not even take them with me.
Really?
I want my boots.
Why would you hate your shoes?
These tennis shoes, they're breathable, okay? Right. Not waterproof. First and foremost.
Okay.
You get a lot of moisture on your foot.
Can I just say though, how I mean, are you headed for the woods? You headed for the deep creeks and stuff? Or
I just want to stay on the move.
Okay.
And if you're on the move and you're having to travel by foot a lot until you can get to a vehicle, granted I own a vehicle, but if it was to happen, you want some protection on your ankles.
I agree.
If you twist that ankle, which is what the boot's for, the high boot.
Right.
If you twist that ankle, you're less likely to damage it, to get a sprain, than you are to in a pair of tennis shoes.
Right. What about
you? Initially, going to find what I need to find, I'm going to go with a boot. I have some nice slip-on boots. I love them. And it's simply, it has nothing to,
Okay, well, regarding the ankle protection, like he was just saying, would your slip-on boot work with that? Because it's got to be open enough at the top to get your foot through, so it's not going to be tight on your ankle.
Believe it or not, they're pretty tight around my ankle.
Oh, okay.
But my concern is not even the twist in the ankle. My concern is the durability of the bottom of the tennis shoe.
Okay.
If I'm stepping on sticks and twigs,
I've rarely had
a building where the windows have been busted out.
Yeah.
I don't want to slice the bottom of my foot off.
I understand. I've rarely had a pair of tennis shoes last me a year, and that's taking care of them only walking on asphalt.
For once again, kicking around the camp, a pair of black, hiking style shoe boots is fine for me. But on the move, definitely some kind of work boot, something with a hard bottom.
Well, thank you, John, for joining us. this has been enlightening, and I appreciate your input.
Absolutely, anytime.
So, thank you. And this has been Zed Patient Zero. I'm Alan.
I've been Matt.
I've been John.
Thank you guys for joining us. Stay alive.